Yo, what's going on, Monday Morning Nomads and Drifting Podcast listeners? I'm Brian.
And I'm Monica.
And welcome to the Backspace Nomads podcast, where we share our nerd for gaming, movies, and all the dork in between. On today's podcast, we have Jack from Nerdout, and he's going to be playing Never Have I Ever Gaming Edition and then teaching us about music. All right, Nomads, it's March 14th. This is episode 51. Let's start the show. All right, Nomads, as we were talking about earlier, we got Jack from Nerdout. Jack, welcome to the Backspace Nomads.
Thank you for having me.
Before we start with you, we're going to play Never Have I Ever Gaming Edition. Let's go. First round. Monica?
Oh, my God.
First round.
Oh, my
Never
God.
have
We're
I
already
ever.
doing this?
Let's go. We are doing this.
Oh, man. All right. Okay, let me pick one of these ones.
Okay.
Should I go hard? Like, should I go weird or should I start off?
Oh,
Is there anything you do that's not... Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to start with this one. Never have I ever lost my temper because of gaming.
Oh, my God.
So you guys both had
You're
to
such
drink.
a bullshitter. You're such a bullshitter.
That's not true. No, I'm not joking. I've never thrown anything. I've been like, oh, dang it. But that's about it.
That's some solid Midwestern rage right there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, gosh darn it.
I don't think I go a day without raging at something.
You don't go an hour, bro. I've played with you. All right. Never have I ever played The Witcher 2.
Oh.
There you go. Drink up.
I had to
All right,
drink. Jack had to drink.
Okay. Never have I ever spent over $500 on a video game.
Wait, we all drink? You can't drink unto your own. You're lying to us.
I asked you that if I could do that before.
Yeah, we're good.
I thought you were going to lie and then like pull it off.
No, I thought that's making me broke.
Oh,
It is
yeah,
making
that's
me broke.
fair. That's fair.
All right. So, Monica, what have you been up to this week?
Well, I made the mistake of purchasing a game that gave me PTSD.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's a dating pickup artist game called Super Seducer. And I was streaming and people were on Backspace Nomads channel and people were saying, hey, it would be really funny. I think it would be great if you played this game. So I bought it. And it is basically my worst nightmare.
Is it? Yes. I haven't played it. Jack, have you checked this game out?
You haven't even seen it?
I've seen it. I've seen like all the like Twitch memes, all the big time streamers like Monica are playing it.
Oh God.
It's pretty bad. Like,
is it?
Apparently I would never ever get a female. I'm a creep apparently. So.
Me either.
I'm super creepy apparently, I wouldn't do it in the same way he does it, but
well, I think the thing with this game, and I use that like with quotations because it's almost just a series of video clips where you're playing this pickup artist and you're trying to meet women in different scenarios, and your goal is to ultimately, hook up with them or get their number depending on the situation. But the really uncomfortable thing is that some of the things that I was choosing, like there are some that are really vulgar and it's not going to go anywhere. Mm-hmm. But there were other ones where I was like, this is so fucking creepy. Like, ha ha ha, let's pick this one next. And I would select it and it was the accurate answer. And then when it was the accurate answer and the guy would explain like, oh yeah, so this works with women because you're taking away their independence, which is no joke, one of the responses. I was just like, oh my God. And then when I'm playing this game, I started telling Chad, I was just like, oh my God, this is reminding me of when I was in the bar in like 2008 and like going back through these horrible scenarios. Oh God, it was bad. Yeah. I should have just stuck with Kingdom Come Deliverance. It's a much easier life.
There was one I did. It was like in a club or something like that. And you had to decide how you were going to approach the girls. And I just said, approach the sofa. And like, that's what I feel like if you're going to approach the girls, just approach the sofa. That's normal, right? But what he did is he like hid behind, I'm gonna reenact this for you. He hid behind the sofa and then he was like, hello, ladies.
Coming up.
I'm like, that's not what I said. It was
You've never tried that one in real life? That's the move, bro.
But
You should.
Yeah, I actually clicked on that one too, and you missed on one particular detail. He smells them. He inhales very deeply as well as saying hello.
Hello, ladies.
Hello, ladies. What about you, Ryan? What's been up with you?
I've been watching Marvel's Jessica Jones season 2 on Netflix. I'm like halfway through the series.
Okay.
And that's all I've been doing. I'm in love with that show because I'm a big like hard-boiled detective fan. I'll read the novels and stuff. And so they mix those two genres, like with superhero and the detective stuff. It's actually one of the best Marvel series I've seen on Netflix. It started off slow, and then like in these last 2 episodes, like my mind's just getting blown all over the place, like with some of the reveals, what they're doing, like they're digging into the past. So I'm a big fan of the Jessica Jones series, season 2. That's all I've had time for.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, Jack,
I've never actually watched the Marvel series on Netflix. I'm a massive, I'm a massive Marvel and DC fan, but like,
yeah,
I don't have the time. It's like it's so time consuming because you don't watch one. You can't just watch one.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I've lost 2 days of my life if I start watching one of them. So I can't remember actually any TV. Game of Thrones is the only TV I will sit down and make sure I watch it. But
yeah,
that's only
Game of Thrones is like an event, bro. It's an event.
Yeah, so that's the only time.
Meat pie recipe.
So if you're so busy, what have you been up to then, Jack?
Well, I recently went to a Far Cry event, and I got to shoot crossbows, catapults, try out Far Cry 5 before.
Okay. All right. Way to show us up.
All right. So we've just been sitting here doing our thing. Well,
I did that last week, and the guys actually tomorrow, which it's Wednesday today, Thursday tomorrow. They're performing at South by Southwest, opening the gaming ceremony, and I was supposed to be going, but it was just like I've got so much going on in the next 3 weeks as it is. It's like I can't. All I'm going to do is go and press a play button. It's like I'm not actually singing or dancing or anything crazy. So
you got to hold down the fort.
Yeah, basically, and I got to make sure we get the song out this week. So
how'd you do with the crossbow?
Believe it or not, I didn't miss a single shot the whole time.
Really?
Really? Robin Hood over there?
I broke. I won the time trial. I didn't miss a single shot, and I was good with the slingshot as well. And I got it all recorded.
Who did they bring out? Was it like just a big event for people?
So there was TBNL Frags, Corey Kenshin, Wildcat, Moose Knuckle, that group, Corridor Digital, someone from Freddie Wong. Okay. Well, like I was kind of like, whoa, these guys are the actual big boys. I was like, yeah. Oh man, thank you for inviting me out.
You're in the club now, bro. You're in the club now.
Thank you for inviting me out. Let me just shoot this crossbow and not hit a single mark, and then you just like blow it.
Yeah, it was great. It was really fun. It was a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Nice, man. All right, so before we move into our first segment with Jack here, let's do another round of Never Have I Ever. Jack, why don't you start us off?
Never have I ever completed a GTA game.
What? I'm drinking to this.
God. Yeah, I'm drinking too.
Never. That's fair. You know what? I can't say what.
I got close to finishing San Andreas, and then I discovered cheats.
Okay.
So
just lost yourself.
It was like, I can fly a car. Why am I doing this? I can spawn the weapons in. Why am I buying them? So,
all right.
Never have I ever pre-ordered a video game.
Serious? What the fuck?
I'm committed. Jack's drinking. Monix is drinking too.
I've got 7 on pre-order right now.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna follow Jack's lead here. Never have I ever played Skyrim.
God dang it.
Oh, Jack!
Jack, you never played Skyrim?
My brother in arms.
Oh my God. All right, hold on. Let me just Excuse me, real quick. I'm the only one drinking to playing Skyrim. What's wrong with you?
I purposefully actually avoided it because I thought it was going to take up too much of my time.
I
I
found
was
out
going
about
to
it
get
too late.
addicted.
Okay.
I just found out about it way too late. It was like already the phase had gone, so
Yeah.
it was like,
well, guess you guys are missing out. Skyrim was a beautiful game, and I'm glad to have drank that beer just now. Okay?
Yeah. I mean, I actually feel like I should go back, but I mean, Brian, here's the thing though, is you know me, like when we first started this podcast, I accidentally got addicted to a mobile game. Like I shouldn't be allowed games that take multiple hours. It's very dangerous for me.
Microtransactions.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know Skyrim doesn't have that, but I have to avoid games that take multiple hours because they can consume my life. So I purposely avoid games like that. I just, sometimes they sneak up on me and I spend lots of money on them.
You're the crazy. Like, how would you ever download? What was it? Game of War?
I thought it was a different game.
You're an idiot.
I know.
All right, let's move into our first segment. We're gonna do here with Jack. So as we're talking about, Jack is part of Nerdout, which is a group on YouTube that does massive rap songs to video games and nerd-based things. I guess would be the best way to describe it, right?
anything in nerd culture, really.
Okay. So since we finally have a music guest on, we've been waiting to do a big music critique.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna
a professional music critique.
I got this.
So I believe in you. So we're gonna run through about 5 audio clips, and Jack is gonna give us his expert, professional, very well thought out opinion.
Okay.
So the first one.
I'm worried to what you're gonna play. I am honestly worried.
Don't be worried.
I've seen a lot of shit on the internet, so
we're a very serious, learned podcast here on Backspace Nomads.
Yeah, we're basically all sitting in a library, and we all are holding scotch and
you could actually green screen me onto a library right now.
We could.
All right, let me write that down real quick.
Scotch, and we're smoking our tobacco pipes, and we're just thinking about these musics.
All right, first one. This one's a little long, so think deep about it, all right?
Okay. I love this so much.
All right. Let me get your expert opinion.
I love it so much. I can't give an expert opinion. I just so much bias on that one. It's like I spent so much time playing that.
What was it?
Sonic.
Oh my god, he nailed it. That was Sonic.
Yeah, it was like
god damn.
I love it so much.
Why though? What about
it's just so happy. It's
pull it out.
It's so happy.
It's happy music.
Yeah. It makes you feel like doing things. If you listen to that while you're doing work, you're gonna do your work faster. Just because you like it's like, oh yeah,
Sonic will speed you up. It's Adderall without the addiction.
You should
You're good.
Yeah. Next time you're on the toilet and you speed things up, just put on Sonic music.
So on your professional scale of musics, would you give this? What would you give that?
I'd give it 10 out of 10 because it's
10 out of 10.
Yeah, because if you said to anyone do a song from Sonic, that's the one they're gonna do.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Fair enough. That is the famous Green Hills from Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Second audio clip.
All right.
Take this one in.
It sounds like something that would be in RuneScape.
There you go.
It does. Oh
yeah.
Don't hate me. I don't know what game it is. I know the song, but I don't know the game.
What?
All right.
That's okay. We don't have to say. It doesn't matter. He doesn't need to know the game. He is. He's a professional music critic. Okay.
Critiquer.
Can I ask? Is it Zelda?
It is.
It is
Okay,
Zelda.
one of my
That
never
should
have
not-
I ever's is never have I ever played Zelda.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god.
So
I'm
let me get this
drinking.
straight.
I'm drinking.
Me too.
That's
real quick.
sick.
How dare you? I invited you onto a gaming podcast and you haven't played Skyrim or Zelda? What are you?
I'm a Pokemon
He's an
guy.
animal. He's an animal.
Okay.
But he's also a professional music critic right now in
Okay.
this very instance. And you have to critique that last song.
Okay,
All right. Yeah, serious face.
Maybe he never played Zelda because the song sucks. I don't know.
that's exactly why. I heard that song and I was like, now, this makes me want to fall asleep. You know, this isn't Sonic.
Are you?
This isn't Sonic.
Are-
I'm not trying to get through this game fast. I want to fall. I fell
All
asleep.
right.
I loaded it up and fell asleep. I'm sorry.
No, he fell asleep right
Okay.
now. Yeah, actually, I saw him.
Well, feels bad, man. Holy! I don't think I've ever heard anyone in my life say a Zelda song was boring. And
well,
let's move on.
how many?
I'm not a fan of slow music at all.
Good
Even
about
our
this
own
next
songs
one.
that are slow, we have arguments whether to release them or not. Because I'm like,
okay.
I'm not a fan of it.
Brian,
Oh,
also,
No.
you've never heard someone say that before, but how many professional music critics have you spoken
Yeah.
with?
Fair enough, Monica. Thank you.
know, we have to give
Maybe
Jack.
you're the one that's-
Jack's the professional here.
What would I do without you?
I'm just trying to keep reason throughout this.
I feel reasoned. All right. Let's go into the third audio clip. If you don't like slow music, you're gonna love this one. Ooh.
I feel like it's
I
a little
recognize
slow
it.
right now.
We're in outer space. We're doing things. We're out there.
I don't know the game.
Okay.
I mean, it definitely sets the scene of outer space.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, how do you feel
it
right
sounds
now?
like it could be from Zelda again.
What?
How do you
It
feel
does.
right
All
now?
right.
How do you feel?
How do you
Give us
feel?
your critique.
What's your emotions?
It's pleasant. Again, it's not to my taste.
Not to your taste. All right.
What game was it?
That is Mass Effect 2's intro song. Sir.
Oh, Nem's gonna kill me.
Yep.
Oh
That's
no! Oh,
my
you're
favorite
gonna
franchise of
die.
all time.
Oh no!
Nim sounds like a man with taste.
hey, you had an argument over Black Panther, so
I did, and
Yeah.
I was well reasoned in my argument, and I feel like I made some solid points. Thank you, sir.
and you're completely wrong.
Okay. All right, let's move on to the next one, the fourth audio clip for your critique.
Oh god, I'm gonna disappoint you again, aren't I?
Maybe
I don't know. Maybe.
take this one in and open your mind a little bit. Ooh,
Now
I'm feeling it.
this deserves
Feeling
a
it.
Nobel Peace Prize. You know this. This brought people together. Why does it sound strange? Yeah, this is
I feel
masterpiece.
this.
This should go down in. This should go down as one of the greatest musical pieces of all time.
Oh, how do you feel right now? Do you just feel like partying?
Oh yeah. Doing it when a boogie?
I am boogieing right now.
Yeah.
People can't. They can't see me on the audio, but me and Monica are just getting it.
That
That
is
was,
one of the greatest musical pieces of all time.
All right.
Okay.
So do you know
One of the
what-
greatest musical pieces of all time, and
Sorry,
You-
what was that though?
Oh,
What was that, though?
you're the expert. You should be able to peg any thing we put in front of you.
Except for Mass Effect.
Or Zelda? Or Skyrim?
Or-
I
and
don't
of
know.
course
I don't know
was-
who it was, but it was a.
the wonderful Fortnite masterpiece from Nerdout, "Dance
Oh,
Out
really?
Your Body."
Oh yeah, that was definitely.
Yeah.
I feel
I don't know
like
if you've
there's one
heard of
more
them or
that
not.
maybe a little bit better than that, which they released very recently. I don't know if you heard that one. I think your twin
Nah.
brother's in it actually.
Who?
Your twin brother.
I have a brother.
Yeah.
This is all news to me. I don't know what's going on
I
here.
think he's in the hilltops somewhere. I heard he's got a nice view.
He does. Right, you no scope. All right. Let's go on to
No, he quick scopes.
He does. The final audio clip for you to critique for us here.
This is the final one, so your best professional critique,
I
please.
hope to God this is you singing, Ronky.
Put on. No, you don't. Put your gaming hat on. You know, what game is this from? There you go. Oh, gaming hats have gone on now. All right. I didn't know this. I didn't know we had. Okay.
The actual gaming
I was
hats.
ready.
You called my bluff. Here we go. In just this tiny little song. Ooh.
I love
those
this.
strings. It's crescendoing. Here it comes. This is the hook. Ooh.
All
Terrible.
right.
Oh, that's so
Terrible.
good.
Terrible.
You didn't like that one.
On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you putting
That was
this
music?
one?
That was music.
Oh my God. There's something wrong with the people on this podcast right now. So you don't like that one at all?
No, I thought you just. I thought that was you humming in the shower. That was terrible. Sorry.
How dare you? How dare you? I am a beautiful hummer. All right. Never have I ever lost in a Street Fighter game at the arcade.
Lost?
Lost. I've never been
You've
beaten
never
at Street Fighter.
lost.
At an arcade? Mm-mm.
Really?
Never played Street Fighter in an arcade.
Drink up, bud.
I never played
If
it.
you're not playing-
How can I
Bro.
learn if I never played it?
If you're not playing, you're losing. All right, my friend?
Yeah, that counts. I think you need to drink. But I definitely have lost Street Fighter in multiple times in an arcade. That's impressive. I feel like I have
Thank
to
you.
put you up against a couple of my friends now, Brian. So
Well, good luck to them.
all right. Okay. Never have I ever searched for animated porn of a video game or comic character. Why are you guys hesitating?
Okay. All right. But there is a story behind mine.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
It wasn't. It wasn't for pleasure.
Uh-huh.
It was.
Research.
It was to win a bet. Because I said, you know, is it 34? Rule 34.
50, something like that.
If
59
it
or
exists, there's
34,
porn of it, right? So I was trying to prove a point that there would be porn of Roadhog and Torbjorn, right?
Okay.
And they didn't believe me. They didn't believe me, so I had to prove it. All right.
Okay.
It didn't take very long.
That's amazing.
So
Oh my God. Okay.
I didn't look at like. However, Drunky obviously looked at it for pleasure because he's not denying
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Oh my.
I was very confused, young lad.
All
I
right.
am shocked that you haven't done that, Monica, because that just seems like something you would do.
I know. And I've seen it on accident from looking up other things, but not, I've never purposefully searched for it. So
Okay.
I knew when I thought that, when I was like, man, I think I might get 2 drinks here if I'm lucky. I was excited.
Fun fact, actually, if you go into, so I just got recently a Vive. So,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
obviously you got to try it out, right? So you go to the
Sure.
virtual reality section of Pornhub. The #1 viewed video, #1 is Widowmaker and Tracer in
No.
virtual reality.
Okay.
#1.
And that doesn't surprise me. It
And
doesn't
not
surprise me.
animated, like actual real cosplay people
Oh,
like,
cosplay people.
dressed in
Oh.
purple and everything.
God
Okay.
bless him.
I've
You
got a
know,
spare
some
Vive
people
if you
say
want one, Donkey.
Why not? All right, your turn, Jack. Never have I ever.
Never have I ever owned a collector's edition of a video game.
Oh,
No, never have.
No?
really?
Nope.
I
I'm
have.
poor. I'm a broke gamer.
I have. I got Nino Cooney and like the tin and all of that shit.
Are you drinking vanilla porter?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I've never.
Are you
never.
judging me?
No, it's one of my favorite beers.
It's a good beer.
Someone just sent me a picture. One of my good friends. We have a vanilla porter story. He just sent me a picture before the podcast. Like, look what I'm drinking. So it got a little,
Oh wow!
how exciting for a podcast to talk about
Two
it.
of your friends are drinking about the same thing tonight. This is amazing.
One of them is. One of them is.
Oh,
So all of them.
All right. Well, Jack, let's
Ryan.
move into our interview with you. Let's get very
Right.
serious here.
yeah,
Here
no
we have
gaming
this
hat,
all.
please. Please.
So when did you start gaming? Like, at what age did you start? Did you remember being like, I should just be this?
The first game I actually played was Snake on the Nokia. I used to steal my auntie's phone and play Snake all the time.
Okay.
What do you call them? Nokias or something like that?
Nokia, yeah.
Yeah, like,
Nokia.
So I used to like literally just play that out. I actually beat it a few times as well.
You can beat Snake?
Yeah,
I didn't even know you could beat
so
Snake.
if you can make it so basically every block is a snake, and then you win the game.
Oh, all right. Congratulations, sir. Never have I ever beat Snake.
So then
There you go.
Next drinking.
Oh man.
But then it was Pokemon, Pokemon Silver. I missed the first generation, then went back to the first generation.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Did you play
Pokemon Silver.
Pokemon Go?
Did I? If you look on my personal channel, there's one of me evolving every single Pokemon on Pokemon Go.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I was thoroughly addicted to Pokemon Go.
How did you get your steps in?
I walked.
You walked. Okay.
Yeah, we've got like a nature reserve near us, and I just used to take my dog around it. It's got like Pokestops all the way around it, so I just used to walk around that all the time.
So I saw different techniques at the time. There's some people walking. There's some people like slowly riding their bikes. There were some people just cruising down the road at 5 miles per hour.
No, I saw someone who put it on their ceiling fan, and it just went around in a circle on their ceiling
That's
fan.
smarter. That's much smarter.
That's genius.
Yeah.
That's like some redneck genius stuff right there.
Yeah, I haven't played it though since like when the second generation stopped. I was like, I can't be bothered to do this all again.
The second generation of Pokemon Go?
It's third generation now.
Oh,
like all the third generation Pokemon in it.
Yeah.
Oh.
They keep adding them.
You can get shiny.
Come on, Brian.
I'm behind the Go times. My bad. I'm sorry, guys. So you're a gamer. How do you get to YouTube from just being a gamer? Like, how does that bridge get crossed?
So I used to watch like Call of Duty YouTubers, and I actually used to play with a lot. I'm sure you know like people like Wings of Redemption.
Yeah.
And Sniper. Do you know Sniper Wolf?
I don't know Sniper Wolf.
SS Sniper Wolf. She's got like 8 million subscribers now, but she used to be known as Sexy Sniper, and they used to go for Moabs on Modern Warfare 3, and I used to run support for like all the YouTubers.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of like there was a guy called iBlacksmith, and he upgraded from a HD PVR to an Elgato, and as a thank you for spending hours and hours recording videos with him, he just gave me his old HD PVR, and I started like just messing around, pretending to be dead on Call of Duty and killing people. So
how'd you get involved with Nerdout gaming then? Is it because of that involvement, and then you like had a passion for music, and you decided that you were gonna jump into it? Or
Nerdout, I kind of started by I did a video called "I Hate Ghosts," and it was a parody of "Let It Go," but the Frozen one. And
okay, I can hear it.
It started because Ghosts sucked. It really sucks compared to the other ones before that. But what we didn't know, they were just going to keep getting worse.
Right.
But Ghosts really sucked. So I was just there when I was literally on the game, and I was like, I hate ghosts. I hate ghosts. Don't want to play it anymore. And then I made it a real thing, and it got like 1 million views. And I was like, oh, maybe this is a thing I should do. And then I did another one.
What did that feel like, just to have like a random video like pop like that on YouTube?
I didn't know what to do. I had a few videos pop on like community channels and stuff like that. But I never had one pop on my own channel. And I was getting people that I'd watched for years come and comment on my videos like, it's just so relatable and stuff like that. But then Call of Duty wouldn't speak to me for a good 3 years. So it was bittersweet.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
we got a good relationship with them now, so it's not too
good.
bad.
That's good. You repaired. That's all that counts.
Because we're one of the only few people that say anything positive about that game anymore. So
they need you now. Got them.
But it started off as like a joke, really, and then I hit up Nem because you've just heard me sing. You don't want to hear this voice singing, so I was like, "Hey Nem, let's do another song together," and we did GTA versus Call of Duty, and then that got like 1 million views. And on a community channel we submitted it to as well, it got like 10 million views, and we were like, okay, this is a thing. I went, Nem, let's make a channel.
Yeah.
So we made a channel, and the original channel was called Nerdout Music. This is Nerdout.
Okay.
We made Nerdout Music, and then I got hacked while I was at a gaming event, and we lost it. And they deleted that channel and deleted like a year's worth of videos on my personal channel.
Are you kidding me?
And but luckily, because I was at this event, I had direct contact to YouTube people because they were at the event.
Right.
So I could talk to YouTube. But they got all my videos back on my personal channel, but the Nerdout Music was lost completely.
Oh my god.
Wow. And then Nem was really like reluctant to start it again, because he was like, we'd spent 4 or 5 months, 6 months doing it, and it got to like 35K, something like that. And he was very reluctant, but I was like, yo, let's just try it one more time, make a couple videos, see how it goes. We've got somewhat of a fan base between us now. So we made so Adele dropped Hello, and Black Ops 3 was coming out like within 2 days of each other. So the day before Black Ops 3 came out, and like the day after Hello dropped, I wrote a song like Hello Black Ops 3. I was like basically saying, please don't suck this time.
Yeah.
And I had David Vonderhaar in the title and stuff like that. And that got shouted out by a big Spanish channel, like Optic Nature shared it, Jericho shared it, Vonderhaar saw it on the charity stream, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it went absolutely massive. It's on like 5 million views now, but that was like, we got 1 million views in like 3 weeks. And then I thought I would never ever be able to make a video that got that kind of views again.
Yeah.
And we actually, when the Spanish channel shouted us out, called, I can never say his name because it's Spanish, but it's the Grefg, Grefg.
Grefka?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't speak a word of Spanish. I only know the phrase.
I'm from Florida.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
So he shouted us out, and we gained 36,000 subscribers in one day. So we became the most subscribed on YouTube for that day. And then we'd already got more than we had before, and then we were all like, "Yeah, let's do it!"
Yeah,
and
that's awesome.
But back then we only paid per song, and we just got him on whenever we needed him. And then it got to like the new year, and we were like, "Yeah, let's just bring him on as a lower partner, see how he does." And then he came on, and just a few months later, he made some bangers like Evolve, which now is like our second most viewed song or third most viewed or something like that. And
that's crazy, man.
Yeah, and then Ark even put that in their game and stuff like that. So it was like, yeah,
Dude, that's awesome.
So we made it through. Like, basically, it started as a joke, and then
it became
real.
Became
the thing.
And now you stream too, right? Like you guys are focusing more on the actual, not just the music, but streaming as well.
Yeah, I mean, our main focus is still the music.
Okay. In
my eyes, like, I've accomplished everything. I don't know what else I can accomplish with Nerdout right now. So it's like, I want another project to like grow at the same time. So I'm starting out the whole Nerdout gaming thing, but I'm trying to grow it somewhat as a separate entity of Nerdout. So it's not like I haven't shouted it out on Nerdout yet, because I don't want to like just have people who come from Nerdout and be like, just don't interact with the videos, they just subscribe and dead views, So I'm trying to grow it separately right now, and just I play with Brian a lot, and I've been collaborating with some of the other Fortnite streamers. So it's a lot of fun. But I would say my main focus will always be Nerdout in the music side of it. But I'm trying to grow gaming at the same time now.
Sure.
Okay.
We're only like 15 videos deep, so it's like just starting off fresh.
So besides the gaming channel, like, where do you see Nerdout in like a year or so? Like, how
in a year?
How much? Yeah, like, do you want to just dominate like every eardrum in the gaming industry, or is there like a
I mean,
more
that's
niche
the
market you want to
goal,
push
and
into?
then every week. So, but I don't. I would say in 5 years, I have a goal. In the next year, I just want to grow it as much as possible. I want to
Sure.
hit another couple million in the next year. Um, in 5 years, I want it to become a full blown media company.
Mm.
We maybe have our own podcast. We also have like maybe Nerdout News, Nerdout gaming, Nerdout Music. All these different entities going on at one time, and basically I just become the creative director of it all. And then we're like,
Yeah,
hey,
That's
you guys do
awesome.
that, you guys do that. I
Yeah.
want to get an office. All that kind of
I love it,
become a
man.
whole
I love it.
media outlet instead of just a YouTube channel.
So with Nerdout being your main concentration, and now you have your own channel for playing games and everything. I mean, obviously you have a great love of games, but are you predominantly playing like Fortnite, or do you try different games out, or what is
I
your?
really want to try other games out, but then you just hop on Fortnite. You're like, I'll just play one game of Fortnite, and then
Yeah,
you
Addicted,
spend
man.
$100 and you're playing another,
yeah.
new skins dropped.
Yep.
I know
Completely, man.
Fortnite's something special. It really is something special. But
Yeah.
I want to try to get back into Ark again because I haven't played it since they've done a lot of updates. I haven't played it since it's been released as a full game. I've only played it in early access. I haven't even tried the new map on PUBG out yet, the desert one. So it's like stuff like that I need to try.
Right.
But it's just
Right.
Fortnite. It's just like and like when I'm not playing it, I'm watching it. So
Yeah, it's consuming, bro. It's consuming.
it's something. When Pokemon comes out on the Switch, though, I'll be gone from Fortnite. That will be mine.
Are we just gonna do like nerd out Pokemon? Is that the life you're gonna live?
I do stream Pokemon. I did primarily stream Pokemon and
Okay.
hunt for shiny Pokemon and stuff like that. But it's just Fortnite has become so addicting. It's horrible. It's like that's why if you see my emotes on Twitch, a lot of them are Pokemon based because.
Oh, okay, that makes so much sense now. I was like, all right.
So I used to stream a lot of Pokemon, but
all right,
I've got addicted to Fortnite.
Bad. Well, I think that's all the time we have for the interview. But before you go, Monica, never have I ever. Start us off real quick.
Okay. All right. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Let's see what I hear. Okay. Never have I ever watched the movie Warcraft and thought this movie has some redeeming qualities.
If I haven't even watched it, do I drink?
Then you don't know, so I think you have to drink. If you haven't watched the movie Warcraft, you have to drink.
I actively didn't watch it. Like, I didn't watch it on purpose because it was that bad.
Because you thought it was that bad. So it's just Brian then.
I saw the first 10 minutes and I was like, I was on a plane. I was like, no.
When you will watch a movie on a flight?
I am not that desperate.
Brian has to. Okay, that's fair.
All right. Jack, you're next. Never have I ever.
Okay, I want to hear your stories behind this if you do drink. Never have I ever cried over a video game.
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry.
You've never cried over a video game?
I haven't, man.
You're a heartless bastard.
Yeah, he really is.
I am.
He's sick.
What did you cry over?
I feel like, okay, for one, definitely cried when I played Walking Dead.
Okay.
Telltale Games. I actually, I almost bawled playing that. I also played a game that I was at a convention, found out about this. It was in the indie section. It was called That Dragon Cancer. And this man had gotten a team together and they created a game.
Yeah,
they created a game about the death of his own child who had died from cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Cried at that. And then the most recent game that I've cried playing was actually called, it was about, and this is slightly embarrassing to admit, but
Here we go.
It was about a robotic vacuum. But it's about the
Oh.
story itself is about love. This robot's only supposed to love cleaning, and the robot ends up loving the owners, and it finds out about the owners over time. And the owners are telling it, or the house system keeps telling it, like, love isn't real, love isn't, you can't love is just abuse, love is all of these things. And this little robot is like, but I love you. And throughout the entire thing, it just keeps getting deeper and deeper. And towards the end, I was just like, I love everybody.
I was mistaken. I have to drink. I have cried at a video game. You just sparked my memories. I'm sorry.
What did you
Wait,
cry about?
really? Did you cry with that Dragon Cancer, or which one?
No? But you bringing that up because it was like a father-son thing. You remember that game Rhyme we reviewed like, I don't know, 30 episodes ago or so?
Yeah.
I cried at the end of Rhyme. It wasn't like bawling tears, but I definitely got emotional and like I felt the swell in my eyeballs.
I feel so pathetic with mine now. I realize.
It was because it's about the whole game is about a dad who loses his son. And you're playing as the son, but you're playing through his stages of grief and his healing process. That's what you're actually playing through. So he's like accepting it, and you go through this whole journey, and then you find out like the son died, and there's just a dad in this lonely building. I got overcome, and I just, I got emotional, and I felt so dumb about myself.
Jack, did you just cry because you didn't get the weapons that you wanted in a game?
No, it was okay. So I was younger.
Okay.
And it was a Pokemon game. Have you ever? If anyone has ever played Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, they will understand.
I don't even know what that is,
because it's like a spin-off Pokemon game, and you play as a Pokemon.
Okay.
But you play as a human who's turned into a Pokemon, and once he saves the world, you're like your friend who's been an outcast, like bullied and all that crap. It's like he has to say goodbye to you, because you have to go back to the human world. And it's like, it gets really emotional. And the music on it just plays into it so well. It's like, you're there like,
yeah.
I want to be a human. I want to be a Pikachu. It's like, it is really like, as a kid, it's properly emotional.
Yeah.
But,
God damn you, Jack. Like, why would you do this to us?
I just...
All right.
I'm sorry.
Let's all just
one last one.
Let's hug each other.
You need to bring it weird or something really happy.
Yeah. All right. Never have I ever played a game of Dance Dance Revolution.
What?
I have never done it.
Really? Wait, only
Monica.
Me?
I played Just Dance and stuff, but not DDO.
I used to play it in college. We had an entire thing. I compete with people. I wasn't ever great at it, but I tried my best.
I can nail singing ladies on Just Dance, but I've never played Dance Dance Revolution.
That's the OG.
That's fair.
TwitchCon junkie.
Jack, where can everyone find you?
Yeah,
the internet,
away, my friend.
Look up Jack. Google Jack.
YouTube.com/Nerdout, Twitter.com/NerdoutMusic, and Twitch.tv/NerdoutMusic.
Okay. All right.
Perfect.
Thank you for coming on the podcast, Jack. You were an absolute blast, my man.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, the good, the bad, and the indie. Be right back, everybody. All right, Noaz, thank you for sitting through that break with us. Coming back, we're going to be doing the good, the bad, and the indie. The good, the bad, the indie is where we take a look at all the new releases in gaming and bring you our opinion on what games you should be playing, the ones you should be avoiding, and the indie games that you need to put on your radar. In this episode, we're looking at games released between March 11th and March 17th. So our first game, the good for the week, Surviving Mars.
Woo!
Surviving Mars was developed by Hammer Games and published by Paradox Interactive. You can find it for $30.99 on Steam. Surviving Mars, there will be challenges to overcome. Execute your strategy and improvise your colony's chances of survival while unlocking the mysteries of the alien world. Are you ready to play? Mars is waiting for you. Monica, what do you think about Surviving Mars?
So the first thing I feel like I have to call out here is that, any type of city builder that has come out recently, this feels like a higher price point. So
Yes.
when I initially looked at this price point, I was like, okay, what is this bringing to the table that makes it worth this amount? And outside of just a unique landscape, there are a few elements to surviving Mars that really intrigue me. And one of those is this element of, I guess, almost like risk that's involved with the terrain.
Mm.
You get to run into elements depending on your game that can either help you or harm you. Specifically, you don't know what on this alien world is going to be beneficial, and you can unearth things that can actually end up hurting you.
Yes.
That doesn't exist in a lot of city builders. You have, rainstorms and you can get packs, and there can be tornadoes and that type of thing. But
Mhm.
this is an element that is really unique, especially because they get to basically come up with whatever they can think of because it's an alien planet.
Yeah. I think what I really love about it too is like kind of like spinning off on that point is this feels like the most authentic city builder game there is. Like most city building games, like you're all of a sudden now we're gonna put a road here and then there's some houses and some businesses and like why are they doing this? Why was all there this open land here all in the first place? It looks right for development.
Hmm.
Surviving Mars, you're landing on Mars. There's nothing there and you're bringing everything with you. So I really love like the idea of the game just from the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Um,
City builders in general, I feel like have a lot of these elements have been done time and time again, and it's just a
mhm.
matter of how well you can do them,
Yeah,
how well you can implement the systems, how complicated they can be, and how they can keep your interest time and time again. City
yeah,
builders are actually extremely complicated games. They have to be, because if it was simple, you are not going to want to play it over and over. And so when you
mhm.
look at past successes, a lot of times they have, you have a community that rallies behind them. They create DLCs, etc.
Yeah,
But this one's going to, you can just tell that this one's starting off and it's already strong.
yeah. And I think part of that is the reason why there's such a draw to it is the aesthetic of it is so beautiful. The setting of Mars, like the graphics they pull off with it, all these red and orange hues are going off, contrasting with like this retro futuristic style that kind of is like 1950s. Like, what would Mars look like in the 1950s if all those
Yeah.
designers were able to get in there?
Yeah.
I am absolutely in love with the way this game's looking. Uh, I think we kind of found each other actually through city building games. Uh, and so
That's true. I
we both
forgot
played
about that.
way back when we were young kids.
You were just
Uh,
making circles with
I was
roads.
very impressive circles, all right, with very impressive on and off ramps and multiple tiers. Uh, so
Oh,
I'm a
that's
huge
funny.
city building. I can't wait to check this game out. I don't have a lot of time for other games right now in my life. Surviving Mars feels like one that I'm making time for. It just looks impressive.
Yeah, it really does.
For the bad this week, we are going into the wonderful Bitcoin miner. Bitcoin miner was developed by LL0
La la
Urbanov
la.
and published by Sysmend Incorporated. Released on March 14th, 2018. You can bust out your Bitcoin wallets and pick this one up for a solid 84 cents US dollars. Monica, what's your thoughts behind Bitcoin miner?
I mean, so if you're going to be mining Bitcoins, I don't know why you wouldn't actually mine them, and not why you would play a game where you're not going to be making any money. You're going to be spending on it. But the description for this is an ordinary rural miner learned about one of the innovations of the modern world, cryptocurrency. In search of answers to the question, where do you get Bitcoin? He wandered into a cryptocurrency mine.
Ooh.
That's not how this works.
Mm-mm.
But beyond that, I am totally offended that a game that is 99 cents was allowed to come out on Steam as an early access game.
How dare
I
they?
feel like this is one of the first times I have seen this on this out of 51 episodes. I do not feel I have seen very many games that have this low of a price point that are coming out as early access.
Yeah.
Most times, games would have the gumption to say, we're just going to be free until we're done.
No. These guys got to get paid. They got bills to pay Monica. Here's what
Yes.
offends me. The benefits of this game. All right, nice soundtrack. Cool, I got you. A random generation of cards, coins, and positions and monsters. Cool. Scary atmosphere filled with monsters in mind. All right, I'm cool with all that. Beautiful pixel art? Are you kidding me? How dare you? I am a pixel artist. I have devoted many hours of my life to pushing pixels inside of a Photoshop to make them look good. You can sell me on anything you want in this world. Don't try and pick up pixel art and tell me this game is beautiful. This thing, I was doing this stuff when I was in middle school and I was in MS Paint. I'm offended by it. I can't stand it. And honestly, I don't know. Is there someone we report these games to for the 89 cents that I'm going to be spending? Beautiful
Yeah.
pixel art?
Yeah. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. So Bitcoin miner, you're not going to get any Bitcoin out of this. You're going to spend not as much, like Bitcoin keeps going down. So maybe you just want to start spending it up. I don't know, but it really, this is a ridiculous game. I cannot believe early access and it maxes out at $1. Like, Steam, what are you doing? What are you doing?
It offends
I
me.
don't even blame the creator of this game. I blame Steam.
How dare you? How dare you, Steam? If they would charge $5, I'd been more all right with it.
I know. For real.
Right, for the indie this week, we have q.u.b.e 2. q.u.b.e 2 is the sequel to the hit first-person puzzle game, Cube. You are Amelia Cross, a stranded archaeologist who has awoken among the ruins of an ancient alien landscape. With the distant help of another survivor, you must manipulate the structure of this mysterious world and find a way back home. Aka, how do you think about q.u.b.e 2?
Well, what's interesting is I had never heard of Cube 1 or just Cube Director's Cut if you're looking it up on Steam.
Just the Cube.
But in general, this is a really intricate puzzle game. And I feel like puzzle games tend to fit into the indie category really well. We actually talked about this a little bit on our previous episode. But this is another one that is taking a lot of different concepts and putting its own spin on it. So I find it, in general, pretty intriguing.
I do too. Playing off like what you're talking about, taking a lot of concepts. This game feels like almost like a spiritual like cousin to Portal, right? It's a first-person puzzle game. They don't have the Portal aspect where you're like stepping through walls and back and forth, but you're definitely looking there, solving puzzles with your hands, interacting with the environment to do all these like cool things to use. I love the idea that the character kind of has controls on her hands, and you're almost living in like an augmented reality where you're pushing things from afar, but it looks believable. It looks like the character should be doing what she's doing. I really love the, I guess, gimmick that they're going for inside of Cube.
Yeah, and while it does follow some Portal concepts, you are playing a plethora of different ideas around puzzle games. So you're not following a similar format, although it does feel a little bit familiar. I feel like there's enough of a new spin on it that you're not feeling trapped by it. Beyond that, I feel like I believe it was developed by Toxic Games.
Yes,
Toxic Games. They've put a game out before and it was successful, Cube. And now they've put the second one out, and there is one element of this particular game that is really, really intriguing to me. And that is that as you're navigating what needs to be considered, forcing you to come to terms with a devastating truth that will shake your world. And I love a good game that will shake my world.
Oh, you're an asshole, dude.
But I mean it. Like if they're putting this out there and they've made games before, they know what they're talking about. And so I trust them. I have an innate trust in Toxic Games. And I feel like if they're telling me that the end of this game is going to really put me in a spot, like I'm going to have to think about some shit. Like I maybe call my mom after this and be like, Mama, I love you. Have I said that to you recently? Then I want to play it. You know what I mean?
I feel you. At the very least, Toxic Game has like rattled some worlds before, so they're definitely ready to shake it up full on now
Yeah,
with Q2.
exactly.
I think the last thing I want to touch on this game is just how I think absolutely beautiful this game looks. We're coming to a place where games are just so gorgeous in the 3D environments and almost like commonplace for games that look this good. This game looks so crisp and so sharp, and all the elements just feel so nice inside of it with like the way the colors play off in contrast to like bring out that sharpness in between the characters and all. Like, I love it. Their art team is impressive. Whoever did this, man.
I have one other thing to add is that when you're looking at the hands, when you're looking at first person, a lot of times when you look at the hands of the person that you're playing, they're awkward.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever noticed this, but like your steps are awkward, your feet are awkward, you have just awkward movements. You might be doing things, but it just feels like, what in the world? Who walks around the world in this way? This game is a lot more fluid. And that is a very small detail, but when you pay attention to a small detail like that, you know that the people paid attention to this game as a whole. And so 100%. The fact that there are fluid hand motions and it just feels like a swipe of the finger, it feels like you're almost like the hands are playing on a phone. That means something. I feel like that means something. Dude, because a lot of games do not pay attention to that. So just my final 2 cents there. I think it's a really interesting indie game, and I'm excited about it.
I'm excited. That's a Q2, developed by Toxic Game, published by Trap Nerve Games, released March 13th to Steam. You can find it for $19.99 right now. It's on sale. So that's our indie for the week, and that's going to do it for the good, the bad, the indie. And that's also going to do it for episode 51 of the podcast. Thanks again to Jack. 51. Next year is next week is after our like 52 episode yearly We Did It episode, I guess.
I know. Even though we've been doing this for over a year, but that's okay.
What?
It's our 1 year anniversary.
How exciting!
As Backspace Nomads.
Thank you again to Jack from Nerdout. You can find them at youtube.com/Nerdout. But that's going to do it. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you want to check us out and engage with us, make sure to follow us at Twitter at Backspace Nomads. Our YouTube channel is youtube.com/Backspace Nomads. And for all of our audio listeners on Apple iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, thank you so much. Make sure to like and subscribe. Helps us out with discovery. And we'll see you guys next week for the episode 52. Later, Nomads.
Episode 52, where we've spent 1 year together, everybody.
Feels so good.
Where's
the time gone?
I don't know. We need to make it special. We're going to buy you guys candles.
Ooh.
All right. See you guys next week.
Later, Nomads.